What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back. We are back. We are back. King and I Like podcast, hosted by myself, Soul Touch of the Poet, and my brother in here.
Soul Lex.
Yes, indeed. We are back with do it right or do the right thing. Mellow conversation or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's about your moral compass.
For sure.
Follow us on whatever podcast platform that you subscribe to. Hit us up on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, text, call, something, whatever. And so let's run down the rest to you.
Hey, man. Make sure y'all hit us up at that KINGANDEYE369 at gmail.com. Again, that's KingandI369 at gmail.com. Again, if you guys got a topic you want to talk about, if you want us to interview you, no matter what your walk of life is, what you got going on, holler at us and let's chop it up. Let's see if we can get you on and bring your message and your topic to the world.
Yes indeed. And don't forget to check out those lives, man. Come on, man.
Lives be hot, man. They be hot.
Oh man, I'm still tripping off shit, all of them, but that last one that we had with Sheena LV was dope.
Yeah, y'all check her out at
real dope
on her
Owning She podcast. Definitely check out, get her books and stuff like that.
Owning She podcast, man. Y'all get at her.
Yes, get at her. So jumping back into the conversation, how much does your upbringing play on your behavior when it comes to doing the right thing?
Oof. That's like a two-headed dragon right there, son.
Oh, man.
I mean, the thing about it is, again, we see so many examples of people being raised, in a good home environment, but those upbringings, they were taught to do the right thing. They are taught to have morals and standards and, conduct themselves in a certain way. But once they become an adult, they go in exactly the opposite direction of what they've been raised to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
true.
It's kind of like it comes down to each individual, and again, the choices that they make in life.
Mm-hmm.
So I can definitely say I've been fortunate enough to go in the direction that I was led in and pushed in. I'm not going to say 100%, but for the majority of it, I've stayed on that path, and I'm grateful for those lessons learned and those directions given. But you'll see so many examples of kids who perhaps were raised in a family where maybe their mother or father was a preacher or something along that line. Mm-hmm. And they definitely didn't stay anywhere near that path. They might have even ended up behind bars at one time or another.
Yeah. I definitely agree that your upbringing plays a big part of it. And then at the end of the day, it's about what you truly decide. But the sad part about it is a lot of people who are not raised in situations to where right and wrong is expressed and differentiated and all that other stuff. It's sad that they often find themselves on the wrong side of decision making. It's very unfortunate because a lot of those people, they don't have the mental capacity to say to themselves, if I do this, how would I feel if somebody does that to me? They are unable to rationalize that. They're unable to have those simple conversations with themselves. And it's sad that they can't do that because then they go out there and do a whole bunch of nonsense, and then when something happens to them in return, no matter what it is, they play victim. And it's like, but what do you expect was going to happen to you? You living wrong. Like, you are just living wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nothing about what you're doing is right. Just nothing about it. So you can't blame anybody but yourself. So I don't get how um, people just can't wrap their heads around, you know, just because you grew up around a whole bunch of people doing wrong doesn't mean that you have to do it. Like, you are your own individual person.
Right.
So at no time should you blame or put so much weight on your upbringing when it comes to you making a conscious decision to do stupid shit.
True that. So, does society still value truth, honor, and integrity, in your opinion?
I'm going to say overall, yes. But there's a small population that doesn't. And and oh my God, it's a fine line too with that. Because you got to look at what part of society that you're talking about. When you're looking at the rich and the entitled, you know, there's a percentage of them who don't value truth, honor, and integrity. And then on the other spectrum, you look at those who don't have or at the bottom of the food chain or whatever, you know, they are, some of them have that how do you say it? The only the strong survives mentality.
Right.
So even though you at the bottom of the food chain, you may have to do things that go against, you know, truth, honor, integrity just to survive. Does it make it right? Not all the time. But, you know, if you got to survive and you know, you got to swindle your way through to make it, to a degree it's understandable. But at the end of the day, if everybody operated on the even playing field, maybe things would be different. Can't guarantee it. But overall, I think it's just sad that people, depending on where they are on the spectrum, they don't respect truth, honor, integrity.
I agree with you. Um, I mean, society nowadays is so different from when, again, we grew up. Meaning, a lot of the things that fly now would never have flown back then. Meaning, on regular TV, all the profanity and nudity and blood and glory scenes that are being allowed, you know, on regular TV nowadays. That type of stuff, again, we just come from a different era, so we feel that we can't agree with some of the things they're allowing, you know, the general public to see nowadays. You know, I still feel that way.
Right.
So in that regard, I just feel like they're kind of forcing everyone to go along with their agenda.
Right.
They just feel like drama and BS sells. So, you know, at the end of the day, they're looking at numbers, but to me, they're just, you know, slowly destroying society to a certain degree. Because again, the influence that you're putting out there, that type of energy, it has to go somewhere. But I want to say people in society want to do the right thing, but there are so many examples of people doing the wrong thing and getting away with it, i.e., with all the corrupt politicians, corrupt police departments, the list goes on and on. Banking industry, the auto industry. You know, how many people have gotten swindled out of their money paying damn $30,000-$40,000 for a damn car that ain't worth $7. You know what I'm saying? But it's just one of those things where I feel like we can't keep going in this direction. I just feel like I don't see a good outcome coming to, you know, this society with this direction that we're heading in now. And
Right.
I guess that could be, you know, again, part of my upbringing and my background. But again, I just don't see the whole point of the direction that this society is going in when it comes down to so many, how should I say, there's a big unbalance in society now. You know, there's, one could say that there are more, the bad guys are winning, as they say. But again, you can't overwhelm or throw the universe out of balance. So it just is what it is, as they say.
You know, I kind of I don't want to say that. Well, I do agree with you that people get away with more things that they used to, but then at the same time, I just think they're more blatant with it.
True.
And to your point, you know, from when we were growing up, it's like, well, people were more likely to sneak and do the wrong thing,
Right.
depending on what it was. But you know, with people using the freedom of speech and the freedom of expression, and so many things are glorified, and so many things are just passed off of like it's not that serious, and pushing the envelope. Well, damn, well, that person got away with it. Well, let me take it a step further.
Right.
But I more so think that the people who are getting away with not doing the right thing, they've been getting away with it for the longest time. And just like with anything else, it's a vicious cycle. It's like, well, hell, I'm just going to follow the clique. You know, if they're doing it, I'm going to do it. If they can get away with it, I can get away with it. You know, certain people don't get away with it. Some people do. Now, when it comes to doing the right thing, let's just say we in a group of we in a group with a group of people,
Right.
and me and you doing something wrong. Like we know we dead ass wrong. Like we the leaders of the pack, and we got 5 other people behind us, or we're in a group and they're doing wrong, and we're following behind what they do. Now, let's just say somebody gets caught.
Okay.
And let's just say the person, the low person on the totem pole gets caught. Should they tell or should they not?
I'm gonna say for me, you better open your motherfucking mouth. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't give a damn if you are the lowest person on this totem pole. You knew what was going on at the beginning of this situation, homie. You knew what our plan was. You knew what was going down. You had plenty of time to opt out. You could easily say, you know what? Nah, I'm not feeling this one. I catch y'all on the rebound. No harm, no foul. Some people might have taken it like, well, you know, you weak, or well, you gonna go tell on us? You know who those people are. But Anytime you're in a situation like that, you better keep your damn mouth shut, man, because you decided as an individual to be a part of that. So, just my humble opinion, I would say keep your mouth shut, man. How about you?
If I get caught, I'm not going to open my mouth because I made a conscious decision to join in on the festivities, so to speak.
Right.
Now, if somebody else gets caught, I'm not going to necessarily have the expectation that they're not going to tell, because I don't know where they are with that.
Right.
You know, we all doing wrong.
True.
And there's really no honor amongst thieves. So I can't expect this person that's doing wrong following me to be like, I'm gonna have truth, honor, and integrity in us doing wrong and let you keep getting away with what you're doing. And I brought that up because when I was doing security, when I first got into the job, I was maybe like a year and a half, 2 years in.
Right.
And we had a shaving policy to where if you had to get a shaving profile to keep a beard. And you know, it was a thing where it's like, yo, if you need a shaving profile, hey, go to such and such, you know, break them off a few dollars, an actual doctor, write your shaving profile, you turn it into the job, blah, 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 whatever. So this one cat who started with me, Joker had a little bit of peach fuzz just right here. Nothing worth getting a whole shaving profile for. Like, I could understand if you had hair on your face and you went and got a shaving profile, but you had just a little bit of peach fuzz right there. So what happened was the Joker he photocopied his shaving profile, and for whatever reason, he messed up. Turned it into the job, blah, blah, blah. They looked into it, figured out it was fraudulent. He lied. So basically, with having a security clearance, hey, it looks like, you know, you can't be trusted. Your integrity, this, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. If we can't trust you with a damn shaving waiver, why should we trust you with a top secret clearance? So this Joker gets caught, and hey, it's about time for you to get terminated. You know, this Joker sang like a bird and got like 5-6 people fired.
Oh, hell no.
And you know, because he was in my class, we came in there like, yes, your boy. They ain't my goddamn boy. Shit, no, don't put that on me. Nah, homie. Shit, I was trying to get me one too, but it was like, it ain't that serious. Like, shit, I had to shave once a month anyway for National Guard.
Right.
So it wasn't that serious to me. But I sat and looked at that. I'm like, yo, like, it's a shaving waiver. It's a shaving waiver. If you were going to do the wrong thing, do the right thing with the wrong thing.
Right.
If you can't handle doing the right thing with the wrong thing, and I get it, it's a small thing, but at the same time, they're looking at the job, they're looking at your integrity, and if we can't trust you to have integrity for yourself, why should we trust your integrity with this job? Granted, it's a small thing when compared to we work in a building with top secret stuff.
Right.
You know, we are there to uphold the law of this facility. If we can't trust you with that, then why? I mean, yo, but at the end of the day, do the right thing. You got peach fuzz. You don't need a shaving waiver. Do the right thing. Let it go. Like, come on, dude. It ain't that serious. Like, come on.
Wow.
And that's the thing that blows me about, when it comes to doing the right thing. If it's something that is insignificant, do you really need to do the wrong damn thing? Like, come on.
True. I see the point there. I see the point. But when I caught that one, there.
Yeah, Jokers wanted they wanted to put heat rounds on that Joker, boy. Like straight up.
Man.
Straight up.
Nature boy on that. Woo! You finna get it. That's crazy. Why would you want to take down other people because you didn't do the right thing?
Right. Like you knew you was dead ass wrong getting the damn shaving waiver. And then you dead ass wrong for snitching on people.
Yeah.
Well, they went to the same place and blah, blah, blah. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on.
Yeah.
You got caught. Take your lumps. I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Take your lumps and keep it moving, homie.
Yeah. I look.
Yeah. Okay, so do we as grown people value people who do the right thing depending on the situation?
I value anybody who does the right thing in any situation. And I say that because, as you mentioned earlier, how things are in society today. It's so blatant, just so out there. So, you was talking about politicians and banking and the police department and this, that, and the other. And in some of those places, again, there's an expectation that you're going to do the right thing.
Right.
The sad part is when you do the wrong thing, it's no surprise, depending on, the situation. For instance, like if you look at a politician, if you taking money under the table, I mean, I would expect you to do the right thing. But then when you get caught up doing the wrong thing, it's like you're shocked depending on who it is, but sometimes you're not shocked because who they are. Like if one, let's just say you have a politician that you you look at like as, hey, that's a good person there. I like what they're doing, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. They get caught up in a sex scandal. You may be like, oh, wow. I never would have thought. But then at the same time, he was like, oh, shit, I shouldn't have put it past the motherfucker. Because, hey, when they take money from these corporations so that they can push their agendas, it's like you expect them to do the right thing. But then when they do the wrong thing, it's kind of like you're not too shocked. But, I mean, overall, I think we do value people who do the right thing.
I believe so. There are situations where people do the right thing and get screwed over in the end. I remember a situation where my father used to have a part-time job when he was in the military, where one of his co-workers at another store stopped the guy from robbing the store. Mm-hmm. Detained him. Police got there, put him in handcuffs, blase, so on and so forth. And next thing you know, his ass on the news because his ass getting fired. Wow. It was the store's or the company's policy that if someone's robbing the store, to let them go. But because he did the right thing, they punished him. So, and I'm not saying, every situation ends up like that, but it's just crazy to me how people who do the right thing can end up getting screwed over in the end. That still blows my mind. But
I get it.
as far as people wanting to, again, honor those people that do the right thing, I think is there. But there's always that but. You know what I'm saying? Anything's possible, as they say.
Yeah, but that situation that you're talking about, I get it because, like again, if somebody's like robbing a store, robbing a bank, or something of that magnitude, they don't want you to get involved. One, because it's a safety issue for you. It's a liability for the company. It's insurance thing. Insurance is going to cover the loss. So the company's whole thing is don't put yourself or anyone else in danger for something that we could take care of.
Right.
Let's just say, you go out and kudos to you for having that integrity within you.
Right.
Because in your mind and overall for that situation, yes, you're doing the right thing. But the right thing, as far as we are concerned, as far as you being an asset to this company, let it go, because that's going to be a liability. And 9 times out of 10, in situations like that, you sign papers saying that, if X, Y, and Z happen, you're not to get involved, and you understand that. So you violated a company policy. So I get it. I was in situations like that. And I'm pretty sure that they did not like that they had to punish this person for for doing that. But at the end of the day, it's like, hey, this is the policy. I think I would have the same policy. It's great that you are passionate about our brand, our company, because you are an asset to me. You help us grow this, that, and the other. But I don't want you doing that.
Right.
Would I punish that person? Probably not. I would punish that person if that person's actions cause harm to innocent people. But then you have to also look at the insurance that company has, because let's just say you go out there and do X, Y, and Z because in your heart of hearts, that's the right thing to do, and you cause harm to other people. That it doesn't matter what that job thinks. That insurance company might say, well, in your insurance policy, your employees are not supposed to do X, Y, and Z. So we're not going to cover that. So the company gets hit and you take a hit. And nobody gets made whole because of the good actions of that person.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Them, discipline the employee like that. Again, it could have went the other way where, innocent people got harmed. But again, it's just one of those situations where he did the morally right thing, but the legal right thing, that's debatable. So
yeah,
I get it. So
yeah.
So is doing the right thing logical or emotional?
Hey,
that's the question.
We're going to jump on that when we come back.
We're going to answer that.
It is the King and I Life podcast, hosted by myself, Soul, Touch of the Poet, and my homie in here.
So Lex.
Hit us up. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, text us, inbox us, whatever. Follow us on whatever podcast platform that you prefer or that you're subscribed to. But just make sure you follow us. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share again. Also hit that Patreon and Soul X. You know what to do.
Man, make sure y'all hit us up at KingandEye369 at gmail.com. Again, that's King and I 369 at gmail.com. And again, if you want to come on and you want to chop it up with us, holler at us.
Yes, indeed, because we got some dope people coming up soon.
For sure.
And some conversations that you don't want to miss. But we'll be back.
True that.